Predatory lease purchase programs. There's a lot of hype right now. There's a lot of conversation in our industry about what is predatory, what is not predatory. I got a message actually from our recruiting department that somebody's interested in our lease purchase program. I sent the applicant an email asking him if it's okay to record the audio. He gave me his consent, so I thought we should do this all on video and educate the public on what is predatory, what is not predatory. So in my opinion, predatory would mean when a lease purchase program does not have a purchase price. I think that a lot of lease purchase programs out there, they try to trap a driver into working for their company and only their company. There's no purchase price anywhere on the agreement. There is no fair market value for the truck. A lot of the times when other drivers come to me, I look at their lease purchase program and they're buying a $50,000 truck for $150,000. There is outrageous balloon payments at the end. There is no exit for the driver if he ever wanted to leave with the truck, which I think is predatory. But have a listen to my call. I'd love to hear some of your opinions. There are a lot of good companies out there to work for under the lease purchase program. But remember one thing, guys, if you have good credit and if you have a substantial down payment, you should not be entertaining a lease purchase program. You should be going out there and purchasing the truck on your own. But have a listen to this conversation. And how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for allowing me to record this. I'm just recording myself, so meaning that and the audio. I hope you have a lot of questions for me because I have a lot of answers for you. And yeah, let's get into it. So why are you interested in the lease purchase program?
Well, I'm currently a driver right now.
Okay.
And I've been driving. I actually was an owner-operator before. And I sold my truck because I was actually the truck that I had, it was forced. I had to take over it because it was my dad's and he passed away. So I kind of took over a small owner-operator business. But the truck gave me problems after. So I sold it, and then I've just been a driver for a little bit, and now I'm thinking of getting a truck for myself now.
Got it. So first of all, I'm sorry to hear about your dad.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working as a company driver now after you sold the truck?
I sold the truck. I think it's been at least 2 years now, a little over 2 years now. So I've been. It's been at least 2 years. Yeah.
Perfect. And where do you reside? You live in Canada, in the U.S.?
I live in Brampton.
In Brampton, okay.
Brampton, Ontario.
So are you currently working as a payroll driver or a driver Inc.?
So I was driver Inc., but then I switched to payroll because of everything that's going on. But then I talked to my accountant, and that was the main reason I'm just trying to get a truck because it just doesn't make sense for me to just be a driver.
Yep.
So I'd rather just get a. He said if you're gonna stay in this industry, it's better you just get a truck, right, and just do it as a business.
For sure. So I think that you're probably. If you were on Driver Inc., you had paychecks around $6,500 a month to $7,500 a month, and once you went on payroll, I guess you're probably seeing only $3,800 to $4,500 net in your pocket, and that is probably a significant decrease for you to take home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the lease purchase program, and what do you know about the lease purchase program or our lease purchase program?
Well, I've seen your videos on YouTube, and I was just checking your guys' website. I just seen the basic information about I know how lease it's just how I know the general information about it. I guess you lease the truck until you pay it off or whatnot. There's a payment towards it, but it's just a different way to become an owner operator, right?
Yeah. So I guess you have a few options for yourself. So option number one would be going to the dealerships and buying a truck. I don't know what your credit is like, and I don't know how much of a down payment you can put. But I think that if you have really good credit and if you have a substantial down payment, I think that you should be considering buying a truck at the dealerships. If you have bad credit or if you don't have that substantial down payment, that's probably when I would entertain. If I was a driver, that's when I would entertain, getting into the lease purchase program.
Yeah, so that's basically my situation. My credit's not the greatest.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying even if I could put a little bit more down or whatever, whatever it works out to be, then that's why I was initially looking at this route, right? Otherwise, I would have if my credit was better, I feel I would have went through a dealership or whatnot. But that's why I'm trying to get more information on like this option, right?
Yeah, so I mean, with our company, we would probably put you into a 2023 or a 2024. You would purchase that truck. So it is the lease purchase program is you purchasing a truck. They would be at a fair market value. So if you took our 2024s or our 2023s, we would do the analysis together with you on what that truck is worth today. It would have to have, the comparables would be a truck in the market that has an APU unit and that has the level 4 warranty, which I think we pay anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000 for that warranty. And our trucks all come with the battery or diesel APU unit, which could be also between $10,000 to $15,000. We take the 2023 or the 2024. We get a fair market value. So let's say we both agreed that okay, that truck is worth $100,000. You would put a down payment for that truck. You would have a finance agreement, meaning that if you put $20,000 down and $80,000 you would finance over the next 3 years or 3.5 years, you would be responsible for that semi-monthly payment or monthly payment, depending how we work out the deal.
Okay. And it would either, like, I'm guessing, assuming it would be like either like a Freightliner or like a Volvo, right?
So we don't have any Volvos right now in our fleet. We only carry the Freightliner Cascadias right now.
Okay. That's what I'm driving right now, currently.
Yep.
So yeah, so basically, you're saying it would be 2023, 2024. It's give or take. It's gonna be around like $100,000, right?
No. I just gave you
Like,
random numbers.
that's
That's nothing.
assuming like the market value of the trucks or whatever, whatnot, right?
Yep.
And are these trucks that are just like your guys' fleet trucks that you guys just buy new and then?
Yes.
Or is it like that?
Yep.
Okay. And then, like, how would maintenance work for this truck? Since, like, would I be able to do the maintenance through you guys, or like?
Yeah. So we have our shops in Concord, Ontario. We have our shop. Most of the 90-day inspections are done here, even with our owner operators. If you want to go and do your maintenance, or if you want to go fix the truck somewhere else, you're more than welcome to. We just need to do that 90-day inspection, make sure it's good, but you're more than welcome to do the repairs somewhere else.
Okay, and so, like, on average, what's like the payment, like, semi or monthly for like the trucks?
Yeah, so I would say that our lease operators and owner operators, they probably make anywhere between 95 cents per mile to $1.10 per mile net. Those are the figures that we see across the board. So it all depends on your fuel consumption, your truck's fuel consumption, and it depends how you are as a driver also. It really depends on that. Are you heavy-footed? Do you drive on cruise? How long you drive on cruise? Do you idle your truck all the time, or do you actually use, the APU unit? But if you did, our long-haul drivers, or are you looking to be? How long are you looking to be on the road for?
Well, right now I do cross border. So from the GTA, I just do runs to like the Midwest. Sometimes I'm out like 2 nights out or 1 night out, and I'm back. So I'm usually doing like 2 runs a week or like 3 runs a week.
Perfect. So
usually leaving Sunday.
Sunday. So you do your 36 hours at home, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the majority. I would say probably 75% of our fleet does the exact same thing. They depart on the Sunday, they come back on the Friday, they do their 36 hours at home. Drivers like that they usually do anywhere between 10,500 miles to 13,000 miles per month. I don't know what kind of driver you are. I don't know if you are, how much you push yourself on the road, but that's usually the ranges that we have the drivers, from 10.5 till about 13,000 miles. Our trailers are loaded here in the GTA, and we go to Midwest USA, Southeast USA, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and then we also heavily service the Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what I do right now as well. So for the payment, obviously, say for example, like the truck is worth $100,000 and it's like a 3-year lease, 3-year term. We would like the payment would just be divided like into like bi-weekly, right, for like the month, assuming.
Yeah. So So this is a monthly like loan calculator. So let's say, for example, you purchased a $110,000 truck. You got a truck with $20,000 down. You would finance $90,000. Today's interest rates are anywhere between probably 9.5% to 12%. So I would probably say 10.5%. And then the term loan, we would probably use 36, probably 3.5 years. If these were the numbers, right? So I don't like to see payments more than about 2750. This is where I like to see the payments. Okay. So for 39 months, that's realistic on a 2023. I don't like to see, what I hate seeing is people doing it for 60 months, because in 60 months, you're going to probably get into a lot of issues towards year 4, 5, and 6. So if it was a 2024, I'd probably do 48 months. But if it's a 2023, I'd probably stick to about 39 months, which is 3 years and a little bit. Your monthly payment would be $27.33 plus HST per month. So that's how I do it. So I play around with the numbers. I can do it for 38 months. I can do it for 35 months. If you put a bigger down payment, let's say $25,000, then I'd probably go even shorter. I like to do the shortest duration. Here's 85,000 over 36 months, 2762. 3 years is very quick in and out, and the truck is yours.
And then then you can. That's a monthly payment, okay? And I was gonna ask. So, sorry, give me 1 sec. So yeah, like at the end of the lease, how does the buyout work? Is there like another payment?
No. So our buyouts, we like to do them at a dollar buyout. Sometimes when the monthly payment is a little bit too big and we want to finish off, like I like to finish off the payments as soon as possible. So sometimes I would probably do, if somebody wants this truck and only 30 months, right? That looks like a pretty hefty bill to pay, the 33. So what I do is I usually take about, $400, multiply that by 30 months, and then I would do a buyout. Let's say for this, I would be able to decrease the payment by $400 and then do a buyout at $12,000 in order to finish it off a lot sooner. Or we could just do a straight line, which is 39 months, or 38 months. So the balloon payments, it all depends on the truck that you choose, the purchase price, the duration, and then we think of how much to put in the back. But I like to do $1 buyout. The truck is yours. You don't have to worry about anything while you're here, and you don't have to worry about that balloon payment or you not being able to afford that balloon payment at the end.
Okay. And if say you wanted to just pay off the truck quicker, are you able to do it? Is it like an open loan?
Yes, you can pay off the unit quicker. How quick? For example, sometimes I see drivers, they will make the 38th payment, the 37th payment, the 36th payment. They would cut down full payments.
Okay, they just make extra payments.
Yes. So it's not like a line of credit where you could just pay down $500, $700. You would have to pay down a full payment. Okay.
So it's just like the number of payments, and then that's what it's divided to, as long as you cover the whole payment, right?
Yep. Yeah. So you would get, with your agreement, you would get an amortization schedule, which is this thing over here, and it tells you exactly all your payments and what's the balance owing on the truck.
Okay. Your guys' yard's based on a Concord, right? Is there and then everything else is basically taken out of the rate that you were saying. Like you were saying, on average, 95 cents to $1.10. That's including plates, toll, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. So your plates are for the Canadian operation. The plates are included. The insurance is included. You have an option if you want to go with the buy down insurance and the disability insurance. So the buy down insurance and the what's the other one called? The health benefits, the extended health benefits. That's an option. Yeah. That's an option for you if you want to take it. You take it. If not, you don't have to. The buy down insurance is basically our deductible is $10,000, and you can bring that down to $2,500 if you had this add-on insurance, which I believe is about $160 or $170 a month. So
Okay.
this way,
And,
if you are in an at-fault accident, then you would only pay the $2,500.
okay, that makes sense. Okay. And what would happen? Say like, for example, say like, if something happens and like, say if I want to leave after 12 months, do I like what like? Am I able to give the truck back, or would I have to pay it out?
You would
Kind of
have,
thing,
I
like,
mean, you'd be, I mean, you're putting a substantial down payment. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the likelihood of you giving me the truck is very unlikely, but I would take it gladly.
Yeah.
What would more realistic of a situation? What would happen is that you would ask for your buyout, and then you would have to buy out the truck before you take it. So, for example,
Okay.
let's say 12, after 12 months, you would tell me, Ronen, I want to buy out. It's not working out for me. You would owe the payment, which is right here. On your 12th month, you pay that amount, you take the truck, and we call it a day. So this is the differentiation between predatory lease agreements versus a real lease agreement. So the real lease agreement
Yeah.
should not be trapping a driver. The driver wants to leave, they're more than welcome to leave. Just like I have an option through my finance company. If I ever want to leave, I contact my finance company, they give me a buyout, I pay it off, and I can go do whatever I want with that truck. The same thing that you're going to have.
Okay. And honestly, do you like typically see that happen with your drivers or no? Like,
I think in the whole history, I had two drivers that did not complete my lease. One of them, unfortunately, had a illness, a pretty bad one. So he was diagnosed with cancer, and then he had to give back the truck. The second one was a driver that ended up going back home. So he didn't end up staying in the country. In both scenarios, we were, able to resolve it. There is a penalty clause if you end up giving back the truck, but I would say that if you talk to anybody that works for our company, I'm a pretty reasonable person. As long as it's a legit reason, then
yeah, no, that
we
makes
should
sense.
be able
That
to.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys pay bi-weekly, or is it like the 15th, 30th kind of?
No, it's semi-monthly, so every 1st and 15th.
First and 15th. Okay. And so for example, because I reached out to your guys' recruiting team, and they told me that I had to be a driver first for like 30 days to 45 days to be in the lease program.
Yeah,
So
so I'll tell you. I mean,
yeah,
we really like to vet who we're getting in bed with. So one of the things that we
yeah,
do is we want to. Also, this is very good for you, right? Before you
yeah.
sign a 36-month deal and hand me over a check for $20,000, I think it would be very smart for both of us for us to understand who you are as a driver, and for you to understand who we are as a company. The lanes that
Yeah.
we have, our pickups, our deliveries. Maybe you're used to something different, right? I don't know, or maybe we won't, are not. There are drivers that come in here and they just have a different level of expectations that we just prefer not to sign an agreement with them for 36 months.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah,
You don't want to just jump into something.
and the best thing that I tell all the drivers is if you are coming in for the lease purchase program, I usually put you into the truck that you're going to be buying. So you have 30 days to drive the truck that you're going to be buying. You understand the fuel consumption. You understand, the condition the truck is in. You understand the good and the bad. And only then, once you feel comfortable buying it, then buy it.
Okay. And on average, like like playing around with general numbers, but like what is like the down payment required for like do you have like a certain percentage or like on the total cost of the truck?
Yeah, so when it comes to the truck, if you have bad credit, the down payment would be higher. So in this
Yeah.
case, where we're talking about a 2023, you would most likely need at the bare minimum $15,000 to start this program.
Okay.
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 There are companies out there that would charge you a lot less. There are companies out there that would just make you sign, get into the truck, no down payment required. Again, our lease purchase programs are very different. You're actually coming in here and you're buying a truck, which you would have done at the dealership. You can't do it because of your credit and therefore we try to give the opportunities to drivers to become owner operators.
Yeah. And so, like, sorry, about the work, it's like your guys' trailers are they like preloaded trailers that like are ready to go when we start our trip? Or?
Yeah, so here in the GTA, we have our yard in Concord, we have our yard in Brampton. Majority of the time the trailers are loaded. Sometimes if you are, it can happen that if you have a pickup in Hamilton, then you would be asked to do the pickup yourself. But most of the time your trailers are loaded. And the same thing on the inbound. If you're coming in on a Friday, and the delivery is in St. Catharines or it's in Niagara Falls, we're not going to bring the trailer back to Concord and then re-deliver it into Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
You would be asked to do it on their way back. But here in the GTA, we have our fleet of local drivers that do all the pickups and deliveries for our drivers.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so if I wanted to continue with this, like what would I have to do then?
Yeah, so you would have to get in touch with our recruiting. They would have to schedule you for a road test. So first they would get your paperwork. They'd schedule you for a road test. Once that road test is complete, then we have a green light for the drug test. They'll ask you for a ton of paperwork, a ton of applications, but you would get started here as a company driver, and then after that, after 30 days, most likely I'll be reaching out to you. We'll do a snapshot of how you drive and what your potential earnings are here as a lease operator based on your driving habits. And we'll see if it's if it's a match or not.
Okay, and also, as a company driver, would you guys hire me on payroll or a driver?
Correct. No, on payroll.
Okay. So that's fair. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's just 30 days.
Yeah.
It would just be 30 days.
Yeah,
I think.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I'm currently working right now too, right? So I would just have to do the switch, let them know then, I guess, right?
Well, before you let anybody know anything, I think that you should submit your documents. You should schedule the road test. Once you pass our road test, so our road tests are a little bit more stricter than other companies. Our instructor looks for everything. Behavioral patterns is definitely one of them. If he passes you, that's when you can give your notice.
Okay. No, that works. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. So this way you'd be guaranteed a job here. You know that you have something lined up for yourself. Then you would give your notice, and then we would start you into the truck that most likely you're going to be purchasing.
Okay. And you guys are actively hiring right now, right?
Actively hiring. So I know from the last I recall, we had a waiting list here. Sometimes the guys that are interested in the lease purchase program, they get bumped up on the waiting list. So you would have to. When you contacted recruiting, what did they tell you?
They said they were hiring, yeah.
Okay.
For drivers, yeah. That's what they told me. Because I just asked them about the lease program, and they told me that I had to be a driver first, and I just wanted more information. Then they gave me your email, and that's how I reached out to you.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that pretty much does sum up everything. You pretty much were clear with everything, so I think I'll reach out to recruiting, and then maybe we can go from there, right?
Yeah, sounds good. So I really appreciate you doing this, knowing that the audio is being recorded. I think that there's a lot of drivers just like you that have a ton of questions. I thank you because you asked a lot of questions, which is great, and I look forward to working with you one day.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It was very knowledgeable, and I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Best of luck.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.